Well, hello and happy Saturday evening. This is Tracy Chavez, and I am tuning in from Tucson, Arizona, and I'm so excited to be with you on our fifth and final Mary Kay party on World Party Day. So, first of all, I just want you guys to pop in the comments. I'm getting ready to talk a little bit about Mary Kay, the opportunity. We have talked about the skincare. We've talked about the color. We've talked about supplements. We've talked about perfect foundation matching. We have talked about a lot. We've covered a lot of ground today. Now it's my privilege to talk to you a little bit about the opportunity, but I want to give you the opportunity to write in the comments some questions for me. Like if you had the opportunity to sit down and ask a question of me, what would it be? And just to give you a little bit of background, I've been self-employed as a Mary Kay entrepreneur for 27 years. This has all been this is what I do. This has been my form of income for almost 30 years. This is amazing to me. And so start thinking, like, if you had questions for someone who, had to lead themselves, didn't have a boss. Like, the great thing about owning your own company is you're kind of the CEO and the janitor all rolled in one. So I would love to field some of your questions. Some of the, like anything you want to ask me. How do I get through the good days? How do I get through the bad days? All of it. I'm open to you asking me anything, and I'm going to share that. Before I get into the content, though, I want to tell you, this has been an exciting day to have all of us tuning in from all over the country and coming together on World Party Day. Like we're whoop, whoop, whoop. We are partying today. And in fact, over my shoulder is our 12 days of faves. And I'm giving those out today for every 25 hostesses we have. And the calculations are still coming in, including for this last segment right now. For every 25 hostesses we've had today, I'm giving away a 12 days of faves. So our goal is 100 hostesses. So I would be sending you in the mail, 4 of you, a 12 days of faves. And what this is so awesome. It really is 12 of our most favorite Mary Kay products. And I love the packaging. If you've been tuning in today, you know I'm all about presentation and packaging. And so this has the list of everything that's in here. But check this out, because when you open this, it opens and there's 12 little gifts in here, which make up the 12 days of faves. It is so amazing. I'm trying to get a good angle on it, but I'm just so excited to be able to send these out to you, and I can't wait to do it. So again, make sure that you comment that you're here watching as a guest so that we can make sure that you get into the drawing. Also, I want to know who you are. I want your name. I would love to know who invited you today and where you're tuning in from. So it's kind of fun to celebrate the fact that we're all over the country connecting tonight. How do I get through the bad days? Are there bad days, Laurel? Are there? So keep the questions coming. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background. I'm going to share with you what attracted me to a Mary Kay opportunity and where I find myself 27 years later, and what I'm so looking forward to in the next season of my life, and how Mary Kay works into all of that. So like I mentioned, I've been with the company for 27 years. I came into Mary Kay in my mid-20s, and I was in this interesting place where I was just finishing my degree here at the U of A, and I was a nursing major, so I was becoming a registered nurse, got my degree, and then realized I didn't quite think that that is what I wanted to do with my life. Have you guys ever done that? Invested your time, money, energy in something over an extended period of time, only to realize, oops, I don't want to do it. That's where I was. Welcome, Isa. Welcome, Claire. We're so glad to have you guys on. Make sure that you pop in any questions that you would have for me, a business owner. So I finished almost 5 years of college, realizing that I actually didn't want to be a nurse, but I graduated, went on to get my degree, and that's where Mary Kay found me. And honestly, what attracted me to Mary Kay in my 20s. So thinking back, I was in this interesting place where Art and I were starting our family. We now have 4 kids. At the time we had 2. And he was a police officer and I was a nurse. And what that meant is opposite shifts, opposite days off, juggling the children. I mean, anybody who's been in their 20s knows it's a crazy decade. It's crazy exciting, but it can be crazy. And that in the middle of all of that is when I started a Mary Kay business. Thank goodness I wasn't looking for all green lights, because if I was waiting for everything to be green for me to start this, I wouldn't have began. And that's what I want to share with you right now is, what if you let your state of being or the season of your life be the thing that prevents you from taking a chance? And that's what Mary Kay was for me. I couldn't see a downside. All I really saw was the upside. And what I mean by that is, what's the worst thing that could happen as a Mary Kay consultant? I would get all of my beautiful Mary Kay products at half off. That's the worst thing that could happen. The best thing that can happen was sky was the limit. And so I jumped in, and for the first couple of years, I really didn't accomplish much in Mary Kay, but this is what I gained. I gained a tremendous discount on my personal products. So when you get it all at half off, you just buy twice as much and you look better and smell better. So that was one of the things that I gained from Mary Kay. The other thing was a circle of influence. As a nurse, married to a police officer, those are overworked and underappreciated professions. Can I get an amen? And yet, at the same time, I was around these Mary Kay women that were positive, supportive, encouraging, cheered each other on. And I was like in culture shock a little bit. And so those were the things that I gained when I really wasn't pursuing this for like a legitimate business. But life changed. How many of you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, you think that life is going along the path that it should be going. And then all of a sudden life changed for me. And I thought, oh my goodness, we got pregnant with our third baby. And I thought the last thing I wanted to do in that season of my life was to put that baby in daycare. And so and by the way, by the time you have three, it's hard to afford daycare. And so by the time I was doing gas back and forth and work, lunch out, daycare for the babies, uniforms, I wasn't making enough money to make money. So I was looking at what could I do? And in this small season of time, my husband recommended that I start a Mary Kay. I'd started my Mary Kay business, but that I work my Mary Kay business just a little bit. And maybe that could make ends meet for us for a season until we figured out what we were going to do. Well, it took off is the only way that I can explain it. I feel like Cinderella and the glass slipper fit, mostly because I was too dumb to doubt. So if you're a consultant listening to me right now, get out of your head because it's not a safe place to be. You got to take other people there with you. And so I was too dumb to doubt. I didn't overthink anything. Like, I played what I called Carmen Says. You guys have all heard of Simon Says? Well, I played Carmen Says. Carmen was my sales director, and she said, Tracy, your next step is this, 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 and this. And I did everything that she told me to do. I didn't do more. I didn't do less. I did literal what she told me to do. She's right here in Tucson, too. She's a half a block from me down the road. And I did everything she told me to do. And in 4 months, I earned the use of my very first Mary Kay career car. And I want you guys listening to me to think about how that would feel for you. Have you ever done something and you worked hard and you were not even acknowledged for your efforts? A lot of times in nursing, it can be that way. The only time that you're called into the office is when something terrible has happened. And yet in Mary Kay, here I was, I worked Mary Kay about 8 to 10 hours a week. I did it in pockets of time. I literally did half of it with my sales director because I wasn't confident and competent enough to do it on my own. Just did a little bit here and there, like people would work a hobby. And after 4 months, Mary Kay awarded me a brand new car that they paid for the car, taxes, license, registration, about 85% of my car insurance, and insured my spouse for free. Now, sometimes we'll work really hard, so at Christmas time, we get a turkey. I was like, I worked 4 months part-time in this Mary Kay business in pockets of time, and Mary Kay awarded me a car. And I have to tell you, that was significant. You guys know those seasons of your life that you're like, this is a moment in time. That was a moment in time where I realized Mary Kay was more than I thought it was. 4 months after earning my very first car, again, continuing with Carmen Says, whatever Carmen said, I did. 4 months later, I became a leader in the company, and we call that a Mary Kay sales director. So the month that I became a Mary Kay sales director, that month, my very first month as a director, still working Mary Kay part-time. By that time, I was working about 20 hours a week. My income part-time was exceeding my husband's full-time income as a police officer. And he wore steel toe shoes and a bulletproof vest and went out that door every single day to protect our city. And he came home one day and he said, I cannot believe that you're playing Barbies in makeup and you make more money than me. He wasn't being disrespectful, but he was like the honest evaluation of what it meant to have a Mary Kay business and what it meant to be a police officer kind of blew his mind. You guys, that from that point, we never looked back. He knew at that point Mary Kay was our future. He's like, the sheriff's department can never provide our family what Mary Kay can provide for our family. So he got behind me 110%. And we've gone on now, you guys. I'm going to share with you some of the rewards and the things that I've earned in Mary Kay. And then I want to get past it because it's not about the things. It's about who we become and who we do life with. But nonetheless, I think it's important that I do share so that you know what is actually available. So we've gone on now, that was my first car, to earn 15 Mary Kay cars. 15 cars with Mary Kay. 12 of those cars being the trophy on wheel, the beautiful pink Cadillac. And I again want you guys to think for just a second what it would be like to never have a car payment. To never have a car payment, but not only never have a car payment, but have a brand new car every 2 years. So every 2 years, Mary Kay delivers me a brand new car, fully loaded, smarter than I am. My last several pink Cadillacs have been smart cars, which is a whole other topic. What would that mean for you and the pressure of your household? To never have to worry about a car payment, to never have to worry about car insurance, to know that you had an incredible, brand new, reliable car in your driveway. And by the way, we ease you into pink Cadillacs now. The very first car that you can earn is a Malibu, and it's white. And then you can move up, and we have trucks at the mid-level. We have Traverses. Camaros. We have Chevy Camaros. Those are all gray. And then, of course, the trophy on wheel, the iconic pink Cadillac is at the top of the food chain for Cadillacs. So that's a little bit about the car program. And then we've gone on now. I've earned a six-figure income in Mary Kay for 25 years. So if you're quick at math, that's over $2 million in income. This girl right here from Tucson, Arizona, that told my director when I joined Mary Kay, don't expect big things out of me. I've never sold anything before. I don't know anything about makeup, and I don't even know how to balance a checkbook. Here we are all those years later. I will tell you that I believe that one of the reasons that I have been successful in Mary Kay is I'm super teachable and trainable. I know that I know when I know something, and I know when I know I don't know something. Do you know what I'm talking about? And when I came into Mary Kay, it was all new. Remember, I knew how to start your heart, or restart your heart, I should say, and start an IV. I had no idea what eyeshadow that you should wear. In fact, I didn't really care. And so all of that I had to learn as I went through the process. So let me go into the comment sections. Some of you guys are watching on YouTube. Some of you are on Facebook. And so let me just go in and look, because I'm going to answer your questions. And then I'm going to go to how this really works and what drives me as I move into the next season of my Mary Kay business. So how do I get through bad days? Well, Laurel, that is a great question. Every once in a while, I have a bad day. And this is the very first thing that I tell myself. My bad day in Mary Kay is some people's best day in their real world. My bad day in Mary Kay is most often better than people's best day in their real world. I mean, if you think about it, the commute to my office is from the bedroom to the Keurig. Now, a lot of you have that same commute now, right, during COVID, but I've had that commute for 27 years. I've had the luxury to be sitting at the desk right now with my fuzzy slippers on, but I have for a long time. I've been able to work this business from home and have that flexibility. I love the fact that no one tells me when to clock in or when to clock out, that I can do as much, as little as I want to. I can work it flexibly around my life and my priorities, and that Mary Kay still pays me a substantial amount of money every single month to make a difference in other people's lives. So how do I get through the bad day? I put it in perspective really, really quick. As soon as I think I'm having a bad day in Mary Kay, I think about body fluids and being a nurse, and it all fixes itself really quick. Okay, next question. I agree, Clara. Laurel is the best. Okay. Would I rather have customers who you only sell more to than customers you have? Wait a second. Would rather have customers who sell more to than customers who you have a connection and sell to. I don't know that I know what you're asking, Ebony. That could be me. I'm not sure if you can clarify that question for me. That would be great. And I'm not sure what that question is. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on and share with you really quick what I'm looking forward to in the next generation, the next season of a Mary Kay Business. You guys, I'm so delighted that I've been a part of a company that was really the pace setter for direct sales. We have been around this year. I believe this is our 58th year in business. 58 years. There are not many direct selling companies that started with Mary Kay that are still standing. And not only have we been around for 58 years, but we're the gold standard of direct sales. What we have had more people earn over $100,000 a year than any other company out there, and our products are cutting edge. You guys, we're number 3 worldwide in cosmetics and skincare, and we're close to taking the number 1 position in the global market. That is huge. Huge when you think that we're sold pretty much word of mouth, and that's all companies, not just direct sales. That's Estee Lauder, Clinique, Lancome, MAC, you name it. We've outsold them for all of these years. And so to know that you're a part of an industry that there's something called the lipstick indicator, that no matter how bad the economy is, no matter what's going on in the economy, there are a few things that people will not give up, and cosmetics is one of them. Cosmetics is one of them. Alcohol, tobacco, and cosmetics. Can you believe it? I guess we want to look and feel good. So those are the 3 industries that survive no matter what the economy looks like. So we've had a very stabilized income all of these years. In fact, my CPA, I just had my taxes done with him, and he is like so impressed about, he's been my CPA for 25 years, about what our Mary Kay Business has provided all these years consistently without the fluctuations depending on the markets or depending on the economies. But it's been pretty amazing. But what I'm really looking forward to in the next season is taking Mary Kay to the next level. We are a cutting edge company with cutting edge products. We have 4,400 worldwide patents on our products, between products and ingredients. That is absolutely amazing and unheard of in the industry. So Mary Kay wants to stay cutting edge. We have a brand new product out. I just put it away, and it's called Clinical Solutions, and it's pure retinol. Pure retinol. Normally you have to get that from a dermatologist or at a med spa, and Mary Kay is providing that for us, for our customers. Okay, I'm going to go back to Ebony's question. One second. Oh, what would I rather? So customers who make a lot of sales, or friends who you barely sell to? Again, I think I need the front end of that question, but I will tell you, let me just share the answer to this question this way, Ebony. So when I came into Mary Kay, having a nursing degree, a bachelor's degree, and starting a Mary Kay business, I remember I got a lot of flack from friends and family. They were like, you're an educated person and you're going to leave your education and you're going to like peddle lipstick. That they really were pretty condescending to me about it. And how many of you guys have ever been excited or had a dream or been super stoked about something and people just come in and rain on your parade? I think that there are definitely balloon poppers out there, and I happen to be surrounded by them in that season, asking myself the same question. What am I doing? Am I sure I know what I'm doing? Well, interestingly enough, as you can fast forward all these years, all those people that said that they couldn't believe that I would ever do this have either become Mary Kay customers of mine or are Mary Kay consultants of mine. And they have really seen the bigger picture of this opportunity. And so that's pretty amazing. And not only that, but Ebony, this might help too, is the referrals, like the amazing friends and family that I started my business with all those years ago, because that's where I started, was with my friends and family until I got out and met new people. They've all given me referrals all these years. So it's absolutely phenomenal to me how my business has grown by just word of mouth. When people say, "Oh my gosh, your skin looks great," and they'll tell it one of my friends or family members that, and they're like, "Oh my, you gotta talk to my sister-in-law. It's Mary Kay, and she hooked me up." And so having that word of mouth business. The last thing I want to really share with you is a little bit about our marketing plan and how Mary Kay works. I find this extremely interesting. But we earn our money in Mary Kay basically 3 ways. One is by profit. Profit just means, it feels like a great word to say, profit. I love profit. But Mary Kay has one of the highest percentage profits in direct sales. In other words, bottom line, we make 50%. So if we sell $100 in Mary Kay, we make 50%. Or 500 in that. One of my consultants here today has already sold $1,000 today since we've been doing these parties all day. She sold $1,000 from her home today just by going on to videos. Well, she made $500 just for having her friends tune into the parties today. You guys, that's girl size pay. And Mary Kay always said, if you're going to sell something that people love, but that they run out of. Does that make sense? You get that repeat business forever and ever. So sales is our first avenue of income. That's profit. It's 50%. Commissions are when you share this opportunity with other people. So when you start to build a team, my first team member was my mom, and then my second team member was a girlfriend from high school. My third team member was another girlfriend from high school who is now National Sales Director Tammy Vavala. And when I started building my team with your very first team member, you start earning a commission check that's paid from the company out of the company's profits. So that's in addition to your profit. And so my very first commission check with Mary Kay was $42, but it was early marriage, and I was really excited. I was like, I'll take it. And my highest commission check, just for, again, sharing the business, was over $20,000. So your commissions grow the larger that your team gets, if that makes sense. So that's the second avenue of income. So we've got profit for selling the product. We've got commissions for sharing the opportunity. And the third thing is the prizes. A lot of people don't realize that prizes are actually a form of income, because a lot of times you can take the prize or take the cash. And I do both. And so some of the prizes, I've got some on my desk. I've got this. This is my very first diamond ring. Let me put it on. My fingers are a little swollen. Okay. This is my first diamond ring. I don't know if you can see it. The camera angle is so bad, but it is rubies and diamonds. And this was my second one. We call it the smile ring. The cameras are not doing it any justice, but it's so funny. I don't often wear them. But the diamond rings are amazing. And the average diamond I've earned in Mary Kay is about 4 carats. And every time that my team produces over $500,000 in sales, Mary Kay gives me a 4-carat diamond ring, or I can take the cash. And we had a couple of very expensive years back to back with kids getting married and going off, graduating from college at the exact same time within weeks of each other. I took all my prizes in cash, sent my son on a dream honeymoon, and sent my daughter to Europe for her college graduation present. And so I think prizes are amazing. Prizes also can be, I'm like looking all around. Jewelry, I've got all over my desk. This is the necklace. How many of you guys as consultants won this? This was last month or the month before. So put in the comments, I have that necklace. Isn't it so gorgeous? So this is a Mary Kay prize. So necklaces, earrings, purses, surround sound, flat screen television sets, all of my kitchen appliances, all prizes from Mary Kay. Things that you and I would want, but we would never want to spend the money to buy. You know? So in the comments, go ahead and pop something in the comments that you would love to have, but you would not take out of your family budget to buy. Chances are it's been a prize in Mary Kay for sure. Okay. Oh yeah, Joanne has that necklace for sure. It's such a pretty one. And Joanne has also won diamond rings in Mary Kay. So that's so much fun. Okay, and then so we've got the ways that we earn income, profit, commissions, and then prizes. And then there is the last thing I want to share before we finish up today is how you start a Mary Kay business. And right now you have a couple of options. When I joined 27 years ago, it cost $100 to start a business. And with your $100, you had a $100 kit. Now that same kit is worth almost $500. So we have gotten better and better and better. And so I'm super excited to tell you that there's two different ways that you can start a Mary Kay business. One is basically what we call our online business or our eStart. eStart, it costs $30 to join. You guys, that's a week worth of Starbucks for some of us. $30 to join. That allows you to come right in as a Mary Kay consultant, gives you a website, gives you the ability to take credit cards and to start your business for 30 bucks. I mean, you can't even fill your tank right now for $30. $30 would put you in business. You can also start Mary Kay for $130. That's your second option. What is the difference? The $130 includes the $100 starter kit. So it's $100 for the kit, but it's all the mirrors and trays and brochures and retail, over $300 in retail product right in that kit. It's got your beautiful black bag that all of your stuff fits into and is organized. It's got your date book. It's got all your training information. It has samples. It's really, you're ready to be in business. So the $130 option is the eStart option and the kit option combined. So again, just to reiterate, you can start for $30 or you can start for $130. Each one treats you as the exact same brand new consultant. You can just never go back and get the kit again for $100. If you wanted everything that was in the kit, it would cost you about $500. So if you're on the thing of, oh, which one should I get? If you can afford the $130, get it. It's a gonga and you're going to have everything that you need to be in business. And lastly, I'm going to leave you with this thought. You know, I was thinking as I was preparing for this last class, it's a little more involved for me to share about how this company has impacted my life than how the product has, because the product is very black and white. But how the company has impacted my life is extremely personal. And the last thing I'm going to share with you is if Mary Kay Ash, the woman, hadn't created a company back in 1963, after she had retired from working, she created Mary Kay and given me the opportunity to have the life that I've had. I don't know, like sometimes I just pinch myself. I just think I cannot believe that this is what I get to do. That this is my life, that this is how I get to spend my time, to be around positive, encouraging women. Not only that, but be one of those women now. The only thing that has been more impactful than being mentored for the last 27 years, 28 years almost, is to be the part of the generation that now gets to mentor the next generation. And I know I see Celestina on here and some of her guests, and that's a big, huge thing for me. It's a responsibility and a joy to be able to mentor the next generation, just like Carmen mentored me and has given me a lifestyle I never, ever would have ever imagined for myself. Private Christian school for my kids, private Christian universities, and a mom that not only could afford to write that check for tuition, but also could give my time to the school and be the classroom mom and drive on the field trips and do all those things with the kids, not just to be able to afford the payment. You guys, it was about the lifestyle. So if this at any level is interesting to you, I would love for you to have to be a part of our Mary Kay family and our Mary Kay culture. And so what I'm going to ask for you as a guest is really on an A, B, C, or D option on would you consider this for yourself? And I'm just going to throw it out there. Nobody knows that I'm doing this, but I'm going to throw this out there. If you make a decision to sign up with Mary Kay, whether it's the $30 or the $130 option, I'm going to just kiss your face, not really because it's COVID, but I'm going to give you a set of satin lips, which is worth $22. Doesn't come in your kit, and it's a perfect product to add to the starter kit. That's going to be my gift to you if you make a decision to sign up today. And so your answers are A. A is absolutely, I would love to do this. Why would I not want to do this? I'm all in. That's where I was when I finally heard about the opportunity. B is, maybe buy me a virtual cup of coffee. Let me ask a few of my questions, but I'm definitely thinking about it. I'm a B. C is, I'm contemplating, I'm considering. This sounds pretty interesting. In the meantime, I think I'll host us an online party for my consultant. And a D is, oh, Trace, definitely not. I would never do Mary Kay even if my kids were starving. That's a D. So I would love for you to reach out to your consultant who invited you on today and just tell her, I'm an A, B, C, or D. And tonight I'm going to be doing my drawings for the 12 days of faves. Who's excited to win that? Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. You're going to love everything in there because they're all of our faves. So thank you guys for everybody, the calling in and watching all day long. Again, we are wrapping up our 5th party today, and we couldn't have done it without you. Praying that we broke a record. We'll let you know. We'll keep you posted. But thank you guys again so much. We value your time and your energy. God bless you guys. Have a great night. Woohoo! Bye, everybody.